Sahajatma Swarup Param Guru. Dear true seekers all, I am indeed happy to learn that far and away in various corners of the world, Kartiki Purnima is being celebrated by young and old alike. More gratifying is the news that Jain Center of Florida is conducting such activities. You all young children of America, though born and brought up there with atmosphere non-congenial for spiritual activities, are indeed lucky as the seeds of spiritualism sown these days would definitely flourish in future and bear the fruits. I wish and pray Almighty to help you all in every step of the way in this glorious journey. To keep flame of Param Kupaldeva's bhakti glowing in that part of the world, this is indeed an admirable effort on your part. As very rightly said by Param Kupaldev Srimad Rajchandra himself, that religion is not a private property of anybody. It belongs to one who imbibes it. And that once again I wish true Dharmalabh to you all with chanting of Sajatma Swarup Param Guru. Srimad Rajchandra Param Kupaldev, as he is known as, attained the highest experience of self and supreme self-enlightenment in a short span of hardly 3 decades during this life. Many of his close associates knew and experienced his miraculous powers pertaining to observational skills, amazing photographic memory, astrology, poetic skills, as also good oratory acumen. He would read once, see once, listen only once, and recollect the finest details of the subject matter at depth with perfection. Similarly, the memory of previous births, that too at a tender age of only 7, known as Jati Smriti Gnan or Jati Smran Gnan, he attained at a time when he had not even joined the school. A person in neighbor died and was taken away for last rites, and the incidents ignited thought process as to what is death, and what is the birth, and what goes out of the body when one dies. He got enlightened and realized that the thing which goes out is imperishable self, the soul himself, and once purified, it is nothing but the Lord or the God. The soul will leave the body while clinging to attachment for the external objects and desires, and also in getting attached to the new body that it obtains, it does not attain the knowledge of previous birth. Such souls do not even recollect the earlier states of the present birth too. One who behaves otherwise can bring forth the experience of previous life. With this thought process, he recollected most blissful memories of spiritual journey with Lord Mahavir when he was his last disciple then. He had been a very vastly read person with superhuman memory. He read Ramayana, Mahabharata and many religious scriptures of Jainism at very tender age. One such very pertinent scriptures, Srigadang Sutra, he read 2000 times at this tender age. He would write articles on spiritual matters with wisdom of a highly learned scholar, and such articles used to get wide acceptance and acclaim. At the age of around 12, he wrote Pushpamala, a compilation of 108 points of valuable sermons, which, if imbibed with discipline, can make the life blissful to attain the ultimate truth and everlasting bliss. Regarding Mokshmala, as he himself had mentioned that he had composed Mokshmala within 3 days at the age of 16 years and 5 months only. This amounts to writing nearly 6,000 verses or slokas. As there was delay in printing it, Bhavana Bodh was therefore composed and given as a gift to the customers who had enrolled themselves in advance in order to overcome their impatience. A gesture only experienced and matured elder with generous mind and broad heart can exhibit. During this time, he also composed Nami Rajarshi Charitra, amounting 5,000 verses or slokas in poetic form. He saw Avdhan once at a very young age and performed similar Avdhan the next day. In Avdhan, one remembers, stores, and then solves the riddles asked by spectators. Herein, one performs numerous activities simultaneously. He could memorize 500 verses within an hour at a very young age when he performed 52 Avdhans, and subsequently this memory increased exponentially as he performed Shatavdhan. He did 100 such activities in Mumbai in the month of December 1886 in public, in a big hall in the presence of Chief Justice of Mumbai High Court and many industrialists and learned peoples of big name and fame. Here, in this astonishing feat, he answered questions asked to him in 16 languages of the world, names of some of the languages he had not even heard of during this life. He answered several queries in poetry as per the demands. At time past, he could perceive the knowledge of thousands of Shastras at once, upon just remembering or reading a single sloka or verse. He had clarified once that he had with him the experience of thousands of years of studying spiritualism during previous births, and that he had with him the knowledge of all the Shastras embedded within. At a very young age, he compiled a rule book for his disciples, Vachan Saptashati, Satso Mahaniti, a compilation of clear-cut rules encompassing in all 700 points, a sort of constitution for the true seeker. Surprising is the fact that this he prepared in a single day at the age of 20 years. He would name the person just by looking at his forehead. He would also tell the birth date of a person whom he had not met previously anywhere, anytime. He would predict the expiry date of a person when the person is very much alive and active. He would even read a person's future as to when the concerned person is likely to get lasting peace and liberation, that is moksha. When at Nadiyad, a historic city in the state of Gujarat, India, one day Param Krupaldev had been out and it was evening by the time he came back. He called for a lantern and started writing, while Ambalal Bhai, an ever-obedient seeker, stood there holding the lantern in his hand. Param Krupaldev uninterruptedly compiled Atmasiddhi Shastra comprising 142 stanzas. This was the result of the request by one of his disciples, Sri Sobhag Bhai, who was 44 years elder to him. Atmasiddhi Shastra has power of the spiritual delight by removing the darkness of ignorance and providing the conviction of soul for any true seeker from any corner of the universe without discrimination of caste or creed. He had attained amazing spiritual powers during his lifetime. He led some of them who knew him to realize self-knowledge and some to experience the self. Sri Laghuraj Maharaj or Pujya Prabhuji Ji, the most obedient of the disciples of Srimad Rajchandra, had been the spiritual guide for thousands of people around, and his guidelines are still equally important for the genuine seeker. Pujya Sri Magan Bapa, who had witnessed and experienced the bhakti of Sri Laghuraj Swami, that is Pujya Prabhuji Ji, as also Pujya Brahmachari Ji, very closely for over 2 decades, used to tell oftentimes during satsang that if one considers Param Krupaldev less than the Lord, that is, a seeker who attained highest experience of self and supreme enlightenment, then he risks ashatna, that is, conclusions based on misperception and misunderstanding, as it amounts to underestimating this superhuman person. He would emphasize that Param Krupaldev is a horizon one can never ever reach. Today being the auspicious day Kartiki Purnima, this day in year 1867, November 9th, Samvat 1924, Param Krupaldev Srimad Rajchandra arrived to salvage us all and to enlighten our path of spiritualism. As a real self I never knew, and that suffered eternal pain. O my true Master, Teacher, Lord, I bow to you as you broke my eternal chain of birth and death. What should I offer to you, my Teacher, Lord? All is trifle in comparison of soul, and the soul you only gifted me. I will act to your oracle now on, my Master. O my Lord, though in body you are above it all, I bow to you now and again oftentimes. જે સ્વરૂપ સમજ્યા વિના પામ્યો દુઃખ અનંત, સમજાયું તે પદ નમું શ્રી સદગુરુ ભગવંત. દેહ છતાં જેની દશા વર્તે દેહાતીત, તે જ્ઞાનીના ચરણમાં હો વંદન અગણિત. પરમ પુરુષ પ્રભુ સદગુરુ, પરમ જ્ઞાન સુખધામ, જેણે આપ્યું ભાનને તેને સદા પ્રણામ. સહજાત્મ સ્વરૂપ પરમ ગુરુ.